Okay, so I just got back from Aldi and I wanted to show you this little haul. So, I found this tray. If you saw my last video, I wanted to get a tray for my coffee table. I'm hoping this one looks cute on there. If not, doesn't look bad on my bed. But trays can be really nice for lots of different things. I don't know how much this was, but it's really cute and I like it, so hopefully it works there. This is what I went to Aldi specifically for this. I saw this the last time I was there, and my daughter, her boots always get soaked when she's out in the snow, and her gloves, and so I just throw them in the dryer, but I don't know if it's the best thing to do with the boots all the time. So I saw this and I thought, ooh, I thought it would be perfect. I got 2 of these, one for each of my kids or whoever, you know, we all could use it, but it's probably not the best quality. This was like $14.99. You know, I'm sure there's nicer ones out there, but I got 2 of these. If we use them a lot and it's something that we think we want a better quality one, then we can get it, but why not? So this is like the whole Aldi aisle of shame. It sucked me in this time for some reason. I got a bunch of these. Well, not a bunch. I got some of these. They're called insert bins. They're in a 2-pack. I love anything to do with like organization. So our pantry is not done yet, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't start getting a bunch of organization supplies. And I love these things. So I got 2 of these small ones. And then I got one of these, but I also got one of these last time. So I'll have more. Like I said, I don't know what I'll use them for, but you can see like they'll give you ideas. You can store in them. I also got last time too the spice racks or whatever they're called, because I might be rethinking the way I organize my spices. And then I got a frother because mine, I broke it. I like busted this part off of my other one. I have no idea. So I wanted one of these just because these are nice for when you want to make like a sweet cream or a cold foam or something like that for your iced coffees or iced lattes. These are really nice. I do have a built-in frother like this on my coffee pot, but I put my coffee pot away for a little bit because I've been using my espresso maker every time. So I got this. If this is good, then I'm going to go and get another one because I run our church coffee shop and I wanted to get a frother for there. So if this one's good, I'm going to go get one for the coffee shop as well. But it's really pretty. They had, I think, they had a white and a black and maybe gray. I'm not sure. So super excited about that. And actually, let me show you just a few treats. I'm in my room because it's quieter in here. They had some of these Rice Krispie treats. I got these for my kids. If my kids don't like them, well, my son said he likes them. My daughter said she doesn't. So we'll see about that. But I got 4 boxes, 2 of each. These have sprinkles and this has chocolate drizzle. And what I love is there's no artificial colors in here. So it's just a fun treat. I love all kinds of holiday treats. They're just so fun. And then I also got 2 more things. So I follow someone on Instagram and she said that these are the best. I'm a big truffle fan. I don't like the heart. Like, don't get me just right a box of chocolates. I hate those. But if it's a truffle, truffles are the best. I think I've had these before, but I don't remember. It sounds very familiar because rhubarb. But we'll see. If these are good, then I'll go out and get some more. And then just another thing to try, the macarons. Look how pretty. I'm trying to see if you can see how pretty they are. Look at those. Gorgeous. We love macarons. They're so good. And I always want to call them macaroons, but those are like the coconut ones, I think. And I hate coconut. Not that it matters, but yeah, so pretty. So my Aldi trip was only supposed to be, I just wanted to get 2 of these and I ended up getting a lot, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this like Valentine's Day latte. And you can either make this hot or iced, and I'm kind of in an iced mood today, so I'm gonna make it iced. But this is the best, that's the dogs in the background. This is the best brand for coffee flavors. They don't use any artificial dyes. So that is like the biggest plus ever. And they taste so good. So you're going to need some chocolate sauce, whichever kind you want. You can get the Torani, any kind will work. I just have this one. I do have another one too from Torani, but I'm gonna use this. And then this cherry gourmet syrup. So good. And you can see, I bought this like a week or two ago. And we're already down to here. We use this to make Shirley Temples. And you just take a little bit of this and some cherries from Costco, because they don't have artificial dye either, and some Olipop or Zevia in the ginger ale or Sprite flavor. And it's like the healthiest Shirley Temple you'll ever have, and it's so good. But enough about Shirley Temples, but my kids are obsessed. They drink them all the time. And my husband. So we're gonna make the drink now. So if you have an espresso maker, it's gonna do a double. Are my favorite espresso beans. I get them off of Amazon, and they are decaf because we mostly drink decaf, at least Erin does anyway. I normally do too, but it is Swiss water, meaning it's not made decaf with any chemicals, which is really good. So that's what I like to get this. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it because, you know, it's healthier for you. And we just don't drink caffeine just because it affects Aaron. He doesn't like the way it makes him feel. And he's just, it took care of his anxiety switching to decaf, so that's why. So I thought my camera was on, but it wasn't. So I added about a teaspoon of the chocolate sauce, and I haven't measured out this recipe yet. I do like to measure because I like my drinks to taste the same every time. I'm gonna do about a half a tablespoon of this cherry syrup. I'm trying to get some good ASMR, and we have a dog eating food in the background, so there you go. Just gonna add some milk. I have some raw. You add whatever kind you want. I'm gonna stir this up. And this is like an iced latte, but to make it taste even better, let's make a sweet cream. All right, so let's take some heavy cream. I'm gonna add about a pump of vanilla. I think I'll add 2 pumps just to make it. So we're gonna make vanilla sweet cream, and then we'll just froth it. These little handheld frothers are such a game changer for making things like this, like sweet cream, because you don't want to use the one that comes on your espresso maker, obviously, because it would make it hot. Okay, so we're going to be organizing in our built-ins, and let me show you. So I have some extra time to get some organizing done because my kids are at my parents' house. They wanted to sleep over. So before I go and get them, I decided I should do this and make some organization content for you guys. Let me show you in here. So these 2 cabinets are where I like to keep our homeschool stuff. So if you didn't know, I homeschool. I have 2 kids, and this is where I keep the school stuff. So my son's stuff and then my daughter's stuff. Hers is supposed to be up there. But So he's in 2nd grade and she is in preschool. And so I got these really nice baskets. I think these were from Aldi. And then these were from Walmart. But I got a ton of them. And the ones, it's nice because how they fit perfectly is one big one and 2 little ones, which is really nice. But I had this organized so nicely, and then real life happened. And we have a ton of stuff. So, like, this is our morning basket full with all the nice things. I have just, you know, books, and this is for the spirit, just things from the Daily Grayscale. Things that we do, you know, my hot glue gun and all that stuff. So we're gonna go through everything, and I love this. I love this brand from Target. It is so cute, and they always have really nice crafts. So my kids did this little build your own paper flower pots, which is more of a spring craft. I should have waited. Go down. Go on. It is snowing. And then I'll just show you what's on this. Whoa, okay. So this side is games and puzzles. And I think we have probably too many games. We'll see. I'll see once I organize it. I had this in here for like the card games and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. My kids were really big into puzzles. That one's getting bent. For a little while, and so I was getting them some puzzles. And I don't know if they're into it as much now or if it's just because they don't go in here. And this is the cleanest one. This one I had, you can see some DVDs. I had just like Play-Doh and sand. And then this for Christmas. We still didn't do this one yet. They were wanting to do it. We have to get into that. But we'll see, like, obviously. Paint does not go in this one. So let's get into this organization and see if we can get something good going on in here. So now that I got all of the shelves wiped down, I am just going to do the boring part, which is going through everything. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I got everything. I'm just looking through the morning basket, making sure I want everything that's in there to stay in there. And I wanted to take these little containers out because we don't use them that often. And I just want it to be a little bit more functional and not be just so stuffed to the brim. So we're just going to refill, you know, any books that aren't in there and things like that. And then I think the longest part is just going through like all of the papers and making sure you don't need all of them. But I had these 2 baskets filled with the jars of the markers and pencils and paintbrushes, and I decided that probably wasn't the best use for the baskets. So we're just going to rethink how we do that and try to get everything organized. And I always just like to make sure that everything is, you know, used the best way it can be and not just kind of wasting space. So we're going to try to take one basket and fit all of the paint supplies in there, and it ends up working out perfectly. I like to use these smaller baskets, kind of like you would a pencil box. I just feel like they're a lot easier to organize and just fit a nice amount of things better than a pencil case or something like that. So and I think it's really pretty. So my kids both have one, and then I have one just so I can have things, you know, like a pencil or a pen, whatever, just little things like that on hand when we do school. That way I don't have to look around for it. I also keep all of the extra pencils in mine as well. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love organizing. I love when everything has a place, everything has a home, because not only does it just declutter my mind, but it is just so much easier to find things, and it has so many benefits. So that is why I love organizing, and it's just like, it can even be a stress reliever, you know. But we are in the process of organizing our basement, and ever since we moved in, which is we moved in last April, we just kind of put everything in the basement. We were trying to get out of that rental as fast as we could. It was not a very good experience. It's a long story, but we put everything in the basement, and then when we could move in, we just went down in the basement and brought up boxes as we could. So we have been just going through all of the boxes. I think we only have like 2 more down there that we really have to go through, and it just feels amazing to get that space finally cleaned and organized. You will see me kind of play around with this area. I finally end up putting the markers and things like that down on the bottom, and I love the way that turned out. And here I am filling up the glue sticks. So I ended up with tons of glue sticks. I think I even found more after this video, and that was because when we had VBS with our church last year, I went to the store and I bought so many glue sticks for crafts because I did not want to run out. I was in charge of the crafts, and I was like, I would rather have tons of glue sticks than not enough. So I bought them, and I just took the rest of them home. I don't think we even needed a whole bag of them, but you know, better safe than sorry in that situation. So I have so much glue sticks, I will not run out for a long time. But I have many glue guns just because I could not find mine in the rental, and I ended up buying 2. Okay, so I am just trying to get this whole thing organized, and I am doing, this is like the morning basket and then like the craft section. And oops, I'm going through this basket. And this is kind of like the craft stuff. So I have like all this construction paper. And I feel like in the basket's a good spot to keep it. And then there's these things. I have this little whiteboard, which should either go in the morning basket or his actual school basket. And then, yeah, like this is either in the morning basket or in his actual school, because it just, I was wondering where it went. This is, he's supposed to do, or I like him to do at least one drawing a day, and this is just level 1 draw vintage images, which is so these are the containers I got. I got 2 of these. This is all, actually this is all they had of both. So they were each $5. And just like I showed from Aldi, I'm just getting a bunch of these clear containers for when my pantry is done. And so they'll be from all different places. I'm trying to get this taken apart, but I can't get it. But they're really nice. I thought these might be nice for like snacky things, like individual bags of chips, maybe fruit. I don't know. I'm gonna get some ideas, but they were really nice. And I thought 4 would be good. I feel like you always need to get an even number for some reason. That's just how my brain works with that kind of stuff. So pretty happy about these. I'm back from picking up my kids and the roads are decent. Normally I wouldn't go anywhere when it snows because I hate to drive in the snow, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't like to do it. But I do have a good car, 4-wheel drive and everything, so it's good. But yeah, not my favorite thing to do. But yeah, so they're home and now I feel like, okay, well, not everyone's home yet. My husband, he's still out. But once he gets home, we can just kind of lock up the house and be all cozy. And I'm trying to think of what I can make for supper. I do have a leftover rotisserie chicken in the fridge, so I kind of want to make something with that. I might make like a soup. We'll see, but we're working on this one. This cabinet is all of the homeschool stuff that we use every day when we do school. here I am just going to split up 2 packs of markers between 2 jars, and this just makes it way easier when they both want to color or draw with markers. They each get their own, and I made sure that each one had all the same colors. Those 2 markers that I found, I wasn't sure what to do with them because I didn't want to put them in just a random one, so I ended up just putting it in this random one. It's just like it has some colored pencils and different types of markers and that type of thing, and so I just love the way this turned out so much. I don't know why, but like seeing jars of markers and colored pencils and paint and things like that just make me so happy, probably because I love art. But anyway, so I just love the way these 2 cabinets turned out. This one over here with the morning basket and art supplies, and then this one here that has all of the school supplies. It just makes everything so much easier when we go to do school. Just go in there and grab your basket, go to the table, and it works out perfectly. So now we're just going through all of the games, and I'm just like showing you a few random games that we have. These cabinets are so full, and honestly, I probably could use both of these cabinets for games. So I don't know if games are going to stay in one of these cabinets forever, but they're just going to stay now, because when we were down in the basement, we did end up finding another box full of games, and you know, it's definitely, we're going to bring them upstairs unless we do end up finishing our basement and we are going to have, like, you know, family room down there and stuff, and then games could obviously stay upstairs and downstairs because that would be nice and convenient as well. So I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I think about, but I'm also going to be taping up some of the boxes that are ripped and just fixing those as we're cleaning things out. But eventually the games might move to a hallway closet, we'll see, but for right now they work perfectly in the built-ins. Going back and forth here with where I want to position the games and everything like that. I'm a little OCD about it. I like, you know, like, if it could be perfect, it would have all of the same height and like width in one section, just kind of work its way down, but it just didn't end up fitting the way I was trying to do it, but it ends up working out perfectly, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So I just love seeing all of the games just set up like this and easily accessible. It's just so nice because once I organize this, it's just so much easier. We've been playing games every night. It's just so much fun to do as a family. If you don't play board games, I definitely recommend it. Even when you have young kids, just get the kind that they can play at this age. You know, my kids are 4 and 7, and we play Uno together, all of us. We do Go Fish, we play Sorry, all kinds of things. And you know, the more they play games, the better they're going to get, even if it's not for their correct age. They may say, you know, my 4-year-old isn't gonna know how to play Uno, but she does amazing, and she wins a lot of the time, which is so funny. But we also are big Uno fans. We have so many different ones. If you didn't know this, there are like, I don't even know how many different types of Uno, but they are really fun. We have the all wild one, which is the one I'm taping up, and it is like really fun. You would think, how can you play all wild? But it works. So that's what we're gonna do here, is just put all of like the card games and things like that in a basket. I have 2 baskets in here. Honestly, we could probably do more than that, but we're just working with what we have right now, trying to get all these games to fit in this one cabinet. Now we are on the last cabinet. So exciting. This is the one that is filled with the Play-Doh and the sand, and I'm going to try to organize it a little bit different. Hopefully I can get all of the Play-Doh and sand in one basket, just because we had a ton of sand at one point, but I don't know if you ever had this happen with kinetic sand, but you know, it would get on the carpet and the floor and you end up vacuuming up a bunch of it. Now I would clean up a bunch, but you know, you can never get all of it. So eventually it just ended up to being like one little bit of sand, which is crazy if you think about it, but that's what we have right now. So we're just gonna wipe down the shelves and start organizing the rest of this stuff. So I was able to put the sand and the Play-Doh, I was able to put them both in 2 baskets, which worked out perfectly. And then I decided to store the puzzles on the top shelf. So I'm putting the sand and the Play-Doh on the bottom shelf and then the puzzles on the top shelf. And I had previously had the puzzles and the games in one cabinet, but it just didn't end up working that great just because there are a lot of games. And I'm going to show you in just a second what my kids are doing off camera. So my daughter, she is actually playing with sand right by me, and then my son, he is drawing. So that is going to be all for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would love if you could subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.